Welcome to Malaysia and welcome to a season that is going to be exciting and thrilling of ACC Women's Premier Cup 2026. We are here at this wonderful venue at KTJ Oval in Malaysia. And yes, the first game, the exciting game that you are going to witness is going to be between Qatar and Nepal taking on each other. So let's see what's happening in the toss as my friend Dennis is there with both the captains.
Welcome to match day number one of the ACC Women's Premier Cup in Malaysia. And this is our first game at the KTJ Oval. It's going to be a clash between Nepal and Qatar. At the toss, I have the two captains, Indu Bama from Nepal, Aisha from Qatar. Our match referee for the day, Shivan. Nepal at the home side, so Indu would flip the coin. Heads is a call.
And is the tail bowling?
Tell. Indu, you've won the toss. Tell us what you're going to do and why.
We wanted to bowl first because the new ground and the way this is a bit of different, and I think for bowlers, I think it will definitely help for bowlers for this wicket, and yeah, we're looking for win.
All right, you come into the tournament with a big reputation, a very, very passionate home support. What is going to be your target in this tournament, and how do you want to make them proud?
We take one match at a time. We'll definitely win one match at a time, and then win every game, and want it to be a pool topper.
All right, good luck to you and the girls, Indu.
Thank you so much.
Aisha, you've been asked to bat first. Your thoughts?
It's a good batting track as we see the ground, but the only thing is the outfield is a bit wet for the initial 5-6 overs. I think it will be we have to take runs. Batting side, we have a very good strong batting lineup, and we believe that we can put a good target.
All right, your first game, a big game against a team as good as Nepal. But what is going to be your target when you bat?
To play against Nepal, we need to at least have 135 runs on the board to defend that score. Yeah.
All right, and what is going to be your target as a team in the tournament? What do you want to achieve in this Group D, a very, very strong group?
Every goal is to win and play good cricket and show that the Qatar team is getting there.
All right, good luck to you and the girls.
Thank you, sir.
And that's the news from the middle. Nepal have won the toss and they will be bowling first.
Well, yes, a bright sunny day here at the KTJ Oval in Malaysia, and we start off things with Nepal winning the toss and deciding to bowl first. Dennis was there at the toss, as you heard him just a while back. Now it's important to see when Qatar is been invited to bat first, what is going to be the game plan. First game, it is always new surprises, new challenges. The venue is new, how the wicket is going to behave, a lot of things that just dwells on every player's mind. But I'm sure both the teams must have done their strategy meetings. They must have discussed the plans. Of course, you always want to think beyond your imagination in games like this, and that is what you see, the huddle, the discussion that is happening with the players. It's probably that last minute messages being given by the coach and the captain to the team, because when you are winning a toss in the very first game that you are going to play, and you decide to bowl first, again, you do not want to give too many runs in the power play overs, and that's how you want to just restrict or probably try to dominate in the the power play overs itself. But on the other end, Qatar must be thinking to get to the 22 yards and just try to hit more and more runs, because on an average of 8 or 9 runs per over in the power play, you get a good foundation laid. And that is how then you start building the momentum, then you start expressing more. It's more about how that first 6 and the last 5 overs. So I always believe in T20 cricket, it's the first 6 overs that sets the tone for any team, whether you're batting, whether you're bowling. And the last 5 overs, which are the death overs, there the batters will actually wanting to go just over the top. They just want to get maximum runs in this. And our man from the toss is back in the com box. So welcome, Dennis, to the commentary box. Your first thoughts on the game coming up?
Thank you very much, Dipesh. Should be an interesting day here on matchday number 1 of the ACC Women's Premier Cup in Malaysia. The very, very lush green KTJ Oval. This should be a very interesting game. Nepal, of course, the team with the reputation, but Qatar, no pushovers as well. So they will make sure that they will take the game to them. So this should be very, very interesting. In Dubama, the toss mentioning that they just need to make sure they win a game at a time, because this is a very strong group. The other teams in the group include this Group D, include Hong Kong and Bhutan. That game will be coming up in the afternoon. So you just need to make sure that you can be able to get out of this group and make into the playoffs.
But sometime back, even we were just there in middle of the ground, and we saw the wicket. It's not much, it's very dry wicket. To be very honest, the outfield is pretty, dry. Does that give that advantage to the batters who are going to bat in especially in the first 6 overs?
Yeah, I think the both of us had a look at the wicket, and it really looks like a batting track. I think that's why Aisha, the captain of Qatar, said that she's okay with the decision, and she feels that if they put on a decent total up front, they can be able to challenge Nepal.
Well, yes, let's see now. The first ball that is going to be getting onto this 22 yards. The first one's not a great timing on it, but enough wood to just get a couple of runs, and she had to dive for it. And that's a good effort eventually. The first one, both of them ran very hard, but then the diving effort kind of saved her.
Yeah, I think I don't know if Gertrude was ready for the second. She seemed to be struggling to come back for the second, and if they had put in a good throw, she could have been in trouble.
Well, yes. Starting off with a spinner in a T20 game, again, do not want to give pace early on to the innings to the batters, considering a dry wicket as well as the outfield. Will that game plan work somewhere?
A very good game plan here from Nepal, and you can see they have someone right in front of the bat.
Well, this one's much better. What we've seen in that deliveries that she's bowled now, she's tried to hold on to those 3 sticks. She's not bowling anything wider, anything shorter, just making sure that every time she has the batter, to play that ball. And this one's nicely played just over the top, and it's racing away for a boundary. The only thing is who's going to win it. Will that be the ball or the player? The ball wins it, and the first boundary comes up very early.
Yeah, some very good work there by the fielder to run a mile just to get to the ball, and then at the last moment she just failed to keep it in, and that's how it trickled into the boundary. The first boundary for Qatar off the willow of Gertrude Chandiru.
And that is what you need to do in this power play overs. You try to find gaps. You just see where the fielding has been placed. And once you clear the 30-yard, I think you are in for more and more runs today. Here we go again. Much fuller change in pace. And that is where spin bowlers can sometimes, surprise the batters out there. Almost everything that you've seen in this over, you've seen a boundary, you've seen a close chance of a run out, and now you also have seen the appeal for the leg before, but says no. End of the over.
Can we get the team sheets?
Well, so an interesting first over where the last ball was a good appeal made, but then again, probably the height was the issue. Jarut with one boundary already. Manisha Upadhyay starting off the bowling for Nepal. And 6 runs after the first over. So good pace to start off with. Now, Dennis, I want to actually ask you how this strategy goes about. First you get a spinner and then you get a pacer. Are you trying to test the batters with pace and completely off the pace?
Yeah, I think you just don't want to make the batters comfortable with anything, so you keep trying something. Go to something that will work. A T20 is a dynamic game, so you don't want to get used to one thing.
That is again a good shot, opening the full face of the bat. A chase there for the fielders, and they've done well.
Yeah, the ball there played very late there by Fatima, and she was able to beat to find the gap in the infield. A very quick outfield and sort of very big ground. And like you've mentioned, Depeche, that if there's space on the ball and you can be able to work it through the gaps, you'll be able to find the boundary.
I think another interesting thing by Fatima that she's waiting for the ball. She's not trying to hurry up. She's not trying to go more on the front foot. Even in the previous ball, you saw that nicely opening the face of the bat and just trying to guide the ball towards a boundary. Another one, change in pace, but missed by everybody. This is missed by everybody, and it will be 4 runs credited. So runs like this are also happy ones to get.
Yeah, exactly. Hands on her head there, the wicketkeeper. She knows that she's cost her team dearly. Completely missing the ball. I don't know if she was deceived by Fatima, who was sort of trying to back away. And that ball going through her gloves and racing to the boundary.
No, probably that one thing that the captain will be concerned that, runs like this should not open the run gates. Otherwise, it's impossible to stop these two. Jarut, again, the nature of her play is very aggressive. She loves to, take on the bowlers early onto the innings. So does Fatima. Aha! This is a wonderful square cut. What a lovely shot. This is into the gap, and that will be another boundary.
Yeah, Kabita there, I think overcompensating, and this time some width on offer for Fatima. And she's able to use her power and go through the infield. Good shot there from Fatima to get her first boundary as well.
Now this is where we were talking about the fast wicket, the 22 yards that we saw sometime back. Not at all humid, no moisture on the wicket. And that is why, when the wicket is too dry, it nicely comes onto the bat. And that's where the pacers will be really getting challenged. Again, Fatima, where is this one going to go? This is much better. And a loud call by Fatima saying no for this one.
Yeah, but Depeche, I'll tell you something, that everything that Fatima has played is going on the offside, so that means there's a bit of width on the ball that Fatima is working with. I think maybe Kabita should bowl wicket to wicket, and that is where she will be able to challenge Fatima.
Very well said there, Dennis. Wow. Because anything that she's bowled onto those 3 sticks has been a puzzle. But now, end of the over, 2 overs gone, and it's 16 for no loss. Well, it's just 2 overs, and they're playing at the average of 8 runs per over, which is a good, decent start. But from here on, they would want to utilize these power play overs to their maximum. And again, Manisha comes back to the attack. An impressive first over. And she's brought back by the captain. This is interesting now. Again, she's trying to hit more onto the pads. Yeah, even in the previous over, last ball, we saw an appeal coming from her.
Yeah, very, very strong on the onside, Gertrude. And I don't know if Manisha has worked out the plan that every time she tosses the ball up, Gertrude is not going after her, but if she pitches up the ball, she's trying to score off her.
This once again close. A half-hearted appeal though, but enough bat for both the batters to get couple of runs here. And this is a good part about Jarud and Fatima. Almost on every ball they're trying to go for a run.
Yeah.
And that is very important, because sometimes it happens that you go out dry, you don't get runs. But if the intent is very clear that almost on every ball we need to at least get a single, then you can get some runs. This is much better. Manisha has been playing around with that pace very well. Sometimes she completely goes off the pace. Sometimes she's trying to bowl a quicker one to the batter, which is also going to be a puzzle. Nicely tosses up the ball here. Runs till now. 2 more deliveries to go in this over. Another one trying to bowl much fuller, but a full toss ball that has been played over the top and will get a boundary.
Yeah, the boundaries continue to leak for Qatar, but a hit me ball there for Manisha, and Gertrude Chandiru gets a good piece of the bat on it. Races to the boundary. The fielders didn't even bother to chase it down because they were sure that to reach the boundary.
Well, if this is the kind of batting that continues for another 2-3 overs, I think Qatar will get to a decent start. It's already 22 runs for no loss. Another one into the gap. Not very sure will they get the boundary, but should be a couple of runs easily off the bat. Jarud and Fatima. A good start by both of these batters. And that's also going to be the end of the over with 24 runs for no loss. So, well, it's 3 overs gone. It's 24 runs for no loss. And Dennis, it's a good change again.
Yeah,
Not a pacer this time, but Ria comes with some spin.
Yeah, I think Indubama realizing that they need to stop the run scoring. They are moving at 8 runs every over. And you spoke about it, Dipesh, Gertrude and Fatuma have looked very, very positive. They are looking to score runs. They are not just trying to hang around. So Ria needs to help her team.
This one's almost in the air. A good dive by Ria. A good effort, I would say. But Dennis, it's good to see Jarud and Fatima, 2 different approaches that we've seen. If you talk about Jarud, She's more on the front foot. She's more on, going on the ball. But on the other hand, Fatima is the one who is waiting for the ball to come in. So two different mindsets, having a good time there in the center.
Yeah, but you can see even from that ball from Ria Sharma that every time the ball has been bowled to wicket, just to try and challenge the wickets, Fatima is not very, very strong. She's been a bit weak. I don't know if there was a stamping opportunity on that, if the keeper had collected the ball cleanly.
I think this approach by Nepal is actually right. When you know that the pacers will be going in for runs because the ball will be easily coming on to the bat, and there has to be a change in every game plan as per the situations that you face. Well, this over has been decent till now. You've got 4 deliveries that have been bowled by Ria, and till now no run in this over.
Yeah, very, very tidy from Ria Sharma. I think they need a couple of overs like this just to make sure that they keep Qatar quiet. The dot balls in T20 cricket create the pressure. So the more dots, the more pressure.
Well, yeah, especially the dot balls coming in the power play overs. That's again adding some brownie points to the wonderful bowling of Ria. Another slower one, trying to bowl much fuller. And straight again back in the hands of Ria.
Yeah, that's a thing that all teams are always looking at, scoring as many runs as possible inside the power play. Because somehow, after the power play, the run scoring always becomes a bit difficult.
This one again trying to find the gap. What a over this has been. A maiden over by Ria Sharma. And the score will be unmoved. It will be 24 after the end of 4 overs. Well, after that wonderful maiden over, now what will be the bowling change? Pooja comes in.
Pooja Mahota.
She will replace Manisha. Manisha bowled good 2 overs. This one's in the air. And that's going to be one bounce into the boundary rope.
Yeah, half a dozen from Gertrude Chandiru. Welcomes Pooja into the bowling attack with half a dozen. It's a powerful, powerful player, Gertrude. And she's been picking up those length ball very well. So pressure on the bowler immediately when your first ball goes for 6. Then you're looking at making sure you control the over.
Well, in the first look, it almost looked like it bounced and then it went outside the boundary rope. But half a dozen, the first sixer. And what a welcome to Pooja Mahato. Jerut. This is much better. Much better. A little wider. But then nicely nipping on to that off stump.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Pooja is very, very experienced. And I think that's why Indu Bama has gone to her. She's one of the very experienced campaigners on that Nepalese team. But she's also bowling to someone who has bags and loads of experience.
This one's again trying to bowl much fuller, ending up in a full toss ball that is played nicely again by Gerut Chandiru. Good fielding effort there in the deep. Couple of runs again added to the total. As far as you're getting runs, there is nothing to bother. I think they've got a good start. They've got 32 runs, unless that Ria Sharma's over, which was a maiden over, a fantastic over by her. This is another beauty. Dennis, did you see some movement in the air when the ball was nicely tossed up?
Yeah, I think she was beaten there by the flight of the ball completely. And I've told you that every time that the bowlers have tried to bowl wicket to wicket, either Fatuma or Gertrude have not been very, very strong. But they've been strong on the pitched up balls, so I think as a bowler you need to work that out very, very quickly and adjust your line and length.
What kind of a score would be a decent one on this track?
Again, very well placed through the gap there by Chandiru. The chase is on from the fielder, so they'll cut it off to just a double. But to answer you and directly from the horse's mouth, Aisha said that anything over 100, they know they can be able to take down Nepal.
Yeah, because I mean, other than boundaries and sixes, I think they've been very good in middle of the wicket where it comes to converting that single into two. They've always taken that chance of running the second one also, adding more runs to the scoreboard. Another one. That is close. That is close. But again, good running between the wickets.
Yeah, very suicidal run there. I don't know why Gertrude and Fatuma are trying to attempt that when they are hitting sixes, because there was trouble both ends of the wicket. But no, they both get through safely. And after 5 overs, QATAR is 35 for no loss.
Well, it's 5 overs gone and it's 35 for no loss, and it's again Rhea Sharma who will come back after that fabulous over that she bowled. A maiden over to start off her spell. But meanwhile, Gerud and Fatima looking very, very, very strong in the centre, playing at the average of 7 runs per over, 35 after the end of 5. Nepal and Qatar it is. And a good match to start off here at the KTJ Oval, the ACC Women's Premier Cup 2026. Here we go. Rhea once again. This time she's got a wicket. Well, Nepal will celebrate this, because even when she was introduced into bowling, she bowled a maiden over, and right up in the second over of her spell, the very first ball pitched up, and Gerud will have to go back to the dugout. What a lovely start to this over. Rhea Sharma picking up a wicket. And now things have started moving for Nepal. Till now it was Qatar who was trying to dominate with bat. But this could be a twist in the tail. Because every time you get a wicket, you want to keep that momentum for a longer period of time. Then you do not want the batsmen to give batters to give easy runs. You want to just make sure that the fielding is tight. Oh, that's once again on the leg side. That's gonna be a wide ball. Rhea Sharma making all the difference that is required. This is again nicely bowled straight to the fielder. And I think this is again, dot balls plus wicket. You're not trying to bowl too fast. You're just making sure that you stick to those 3 sticks. But this is not a great ball. This will get you runs, and some easy runs as well. No fielder there, but a long chase. adding some runs. Shruti Bain Kamlesh Bhai is out there after that first wicket of Giroud. Again, nicely tossed up, almost a chance. A good effort there, but the catch is gone down. Could have been another surprise here for Qatar. A good effort to get hold of that, and this looks to be another good over.
Yeah, very good over there from Riya Sharma. I think she's been the difference in the bowling so far. First over a maiden, second over she picks up a wicket. Very, very good stuff there from Riya. She's just making sure she gets, she wrestles control back for Nepal. I think the first 4 overs very dominated there by Qatar, Fatima and Gertrude.
Last ball of this over, an interesting over with a wicket as well. Last ball, and that will be also a dot ball to end. 6 overs gone, and it's 38 for the loss of 1 wicket. That we've seen with both Qatar as well as Nepal. But from here on, what do you think should be going on in batters' mind? How do they approach from here on, and what should be the intent?
Yeah, I think for the batters, you just need to make sure that you're now trying to hit the gaps after the power play. Just keep running very hard between the wickets so that you keep the scoreboard ticking. For Nepal, I think they will be comfortable after making sure they pick up a wicket, and the wicket of the dangerous Gertrude.
Well, yes. So now that the field is a little spread out, they've got in the pacers again to do the job for them. But 2 overs of Riya Sharma. What a wonderful spell till now that she's bowled. Very focused, picking up wickets. In fact, that 1 wicket was missed. It was a good effort by the fielder to go for it. But overall, those 2 overs have been really good. Kabita Kumar, after that first over, which you cannot call it a very expensive over, but yes, there were some runs coming on that over. She's been brought back to the attack.
Yeah, Kabita Kumar, one of the shining stars of the Nepal team at the Challenger Cup in Kigali, Rwanda. I think she really held that team together, even if they were not batting very, very well. She was really a shining star with the ball. And I'm not surprised that Indu Bama has gone back to her to just try and wrestle more control of the game.
Another big appeal, and it's been given. Kabita Kumar, you were just praising, and she got a wicket.
Yeah, she's a big superstar there, Kabita Kumar. Big superstar of this Nepal team. And I think she wasn't very happy with how many she gave away in that first over she bowled. But this time she comes back in the second spell, gets a wicket. The appeal was not a very confident one. I don't know why, but immediately the umpire was asked about something. She raised her finger. So Nepal get their second wicket. Can see on the replay again, the full balls have challenged the batters. Wicket to wicket line, completely missed there by the, and the umpire immediately raised her finger. I think even Kabita was confident that there was something on there, feather through to the keeper, who takes a very tidy catch.
Well, yes, going in for that Yorker. But finally she has a wicket, Kabita Kunwar. And I think I would also appreciate the captaincy here by the Nepal captain, Indubama. Because first she's got spinners. She tried one over of pace, but then again she went back to spinners, and now that the power play overs are done and the field is a little spread out, she gets her best bowler Kabita Kunwar and says that go and bowl and get me a wicket.
And she has got an eye wicket.
Yes. Another one onto the leg side. There is an appeal, but nothing that can interest the umpires. It was way onto the leg side.
Yeah, but I think there was a chance there of a run out. I don't know why the fielder didn't chase down the ball with conviction.
Krisheta Sarvana Kumar has joined Shruti Ben in the centre. Now the only thing that if Qatar has to put up a good total, the batters will have to really stay for a good partnership, the one that we saw in the opening pair from Fatima and Gertrude.
Yeah, that's the problem about wickets. Every time you lose a wicket, you lose the momentum. And the two aggressors who are opening the batting, Fatima and Gertrude, already back in the dugout. So the two new batters have to start all over again. And that gives Nepal an opportunity for them to also just put in as many overs as possible. 40 for 2 after 7 overs, Qatar.
Manisha has been brought back to the attack. So Indubama still feels that, you know, her spinners can do the job for the team.
Yeah.
Oh, that was not needed, but then still I mean, here again the match presence, you know, on the first chance it looked like there will be an extra run.
There was an extra run.
Shruti Ben was not looking anywhere. I think there was a call made by Krishna, but then Shruti Ben was completely unaware and that chance just went like that.
Yeah, but sometimes even the risky run's not very important. You could get you can get yourself needlessly run out.
It was a good overthrow to get a run, Dennis.
I know the chance for the run was on, but I think when they realized that both of them would be in trouble at either end, they just decided to turn it down.
I mean, even you've played cricket at the highest level. If you would have missed any of such a chance, will your captain had a discussion later with you?
Yeah, especially if you lose by one run.
41 for 2. And probably I think you've seen that graph of the runs, the way they were getting scored in that first 2-3 overs have reduced a little bit.
Yeah, so much. I think Qatar, a very top heavy team, so they send their two guns out to start off things, and then later on the rest of the team has to just sort of consolidate and get them to a good total.
I think that one maiden over by Riya Sharma changed that momentum and shifted the gears. Again, yes, no, and someone will have to pay the price.
Yeah, was really in trouble. I think the running between the wickets so far from Krisheta and should be turned not very, very assuring. That ball was straight to the fielder, and a stronger arm could have had us already in trouble. But after 8 overs, Qatar is 42 for 2.
So after the end of 8 overs, it is 42 for 2. And something that has to improve in middle, that Shruti Bain and Krisheta has to talk more, because we saw that happening when the overthrow went in, and even in the previous over, the last ball, the yes no kept on happening, but fortunately there is no harm. It was a close call for that run out, Dennis.
Very, very close call. But another change in the bowling for Nepal. Rana comes into the attack. He was speaking about the captain, Indu Bama, very, very dynamic, just to make sure that she's shuffling her bowling options around.
Sita Rana. Another one, nicely played, nicely played. A long chase there for the fielder. She does it well. And they'll get some runs.
Yeah, doesn't have a very strong arm, the fielder. But the thing is, what I've noticed about Qatar is they play the ball very, very late. So they are able to find the gaps because they are playing the ball late. And they're not rushing into the shot.
This is much better. Good flight to the ball. Spinners have been very impressive today from Nepal.
Yeah, they've been bowling well, but the thing is, on a flat wicket like this, you need to make sure you bowl on the mark. We saw that Gertrude was putting away a couple of the spinners very, very easily. So even on a good batting day, the challenge for you as a spinner is to make sure you're bowling in the right areas.
And on a good fielding setup as well done. There is a long on, but there is a mid off as well. Then you have a short covers. You have an extra short covers. Bit of a misfield there that will allow this single to be completed easily. So wherever you require those fielders inside the 30-yard circle, even if you've seen there is a short fine leg just for that flick shot to come in.
Yeah, Sitaran, another experienced campaigner for Nepal.
This is nicely played. This is nicely played and into the gap as well. No need to run for it. That will go to the boundary. The last ball of this over goes to the boundary, and it's 50 up.
Yeah,
for Qatar.
Very good work there from Krisheta. Just make sure she gets the ball to beat the infield and the outfield doing the rest of the work for her. But again, we spoke about that. Sitarana, cardinal sin for her to bowl a loose ball on the final ball of the over. Could have been a better over, but when the final ball goes for a boundary, then it makes it a big over. But after 9 overs, Qatar is 50 for 2.
Well, it's a well-deserved 50 for Qatar as well. The way Fatima and Gertrude started. After that, the batters have been really focused on getting run on almost every ball. No, there have been instances where there have been dot balls. You've seen that good maiden over by Riya Sharma. You've seen the other bowlers pitching very nicely. But a very well deserved 50 for Qatar in 9 overs. And from here on, how big you make it. Probably when I was asking you what could be the final total as per the game that is going on, but these are very easy runs. These are very easy runs. It's almost like bringing in Christmas gifts early.
Yeah, a gift there from Pooja Mahato down the leg side and completely missed by the keeper. It was 5 runs to start the over. In her first spell, her first ball went for 6. This time the first ball goes for 5, and not even a legal delivery.
And especially when you're keeping the fielder up next to that stump. And then when you're bowling a delivery like this, it just opens up the run gates. Much better this time. Change of pace.
You see, for Qatar now, because they've already gotten 6 runs from just one ball, so they can comfortably see out the rest of the deliveries, or just keep knocking them around for 1 run, and that will eventually become a big over for them. So no pressure whatsoever on the 2 batters to try and go after Pooja.
This time stepping out of the crease, and a good throw that comes in. A half-hearted appeal again.
Yeah, but much better there from the batters. You could hear the call from here, very loud and early, so they were able to take off for the run quickly.
See, that is what has changed after some point of time when Shruti Bain and Krisheta are batting. You know, those conversations have now made the calling also smooth. And this is good one from Pooja. As soon as she saw the batters stepping out of the crease, immediately that change of pace.
Yeah, but like I mentioned, for Qatar, they are going according to plan. Just knock around the remaining deliveries, and then all of a sudden you have a big over.
Yeah, I mean, when you get 6 on the very first ball, because of those extras and then the single, even if you go for 5 singles later, it will still give you 11 runs in that over. So it's a good calculation, good calculative cricket here.
Very, very, very easy right now for Qatar out in the middle. Again, the game evenly balanced, swings one side and then comes back the other.
59 for 2, couple of deliveries more in this over. Pooja, once again, catch it is the call. Direct hit was required. You probably wanted bullseye to be hit that time.
Yeah, that will be the halfway stage of the game so far. Indubama, the captain there with the midfield, there's just one more ball to go. I don't know why everyone was anxious to get the over finished. So one more ball there from Pooja before we get into the halfway break.
Well, yes, last ball of this over, and then we'll go in for a halfway break. 60 till now. Krisheta and Shruti Ben stabilizing this innings further with a lot of singles and doubles that they're playing, and some of the boundaries have come in as a gift.
Oh.
This is nicely chipped. Straight in the hands, and that will be a wicket number 3.
Yeah, chipped straight to the fielder, the simplest of catches that Sitarana will ever take, just trying to charge the bowler, but doesn't get any height or distance over the fielder. The simplest of catches there for the fielder, and Qatar lose their 3rd wicket just at the break.
10 overs gone and it's 60 for 3. After that wonderful start by Gertrude and Fatima, it is Shruti Bain and Krisheta who is making sure that every over on an average they're getting runs. And right now when you talk about 60 runs after 10 overs, that means the run rate of 6 has been maintained. big appeal there. So immediately after the drinks break, some exciting moment on the very first ball.
Yeah, there was nearly an opportunity for the keeper. I think the keeper should have held on to the ball a little longer, just allow the batter to stray out of the crease.
This is a good start from Rubina. And we've seen a lot of spinners that have come from Nepal today. We saw Manisha, we saw Ria. We are watching Rubina now. Nicely tossed up delivery, again straight in the hands of Indubama, the captain. This one's in the air and will be caught. What a fabulous breakthrough again. Wanted to square cut that one. Takes the edge and flies safely in the hands of the fielder.
That's not a very simple catch to take from the fielder, because there was some spin on that ball, but a very, very well timed catch from the fielder, just to make sure that after the drinks break, Nepal get another wicket. They're now starting to make big inroads into this Qatar batting lineup. So it's now 60 for 4 after 10 overs.
Rubina picks up a wicket just after the drinks break, and a good catch there.
Yeah, Crucheta, the batter who was in there for quite a while, is the one who has to depart. Rubina getting rid of her. Not a very bad short option there from Crucheta, but just never got the timing past the fielder. A new batter and a lefty, so there's change in everything, especially at the field set.
They've got a long on and they have got a deep mid wicket. New batter in. They've got covers, they've short extra covers, short covers. This one's again in the air, but will be safe.
Yeah, Dipesh, I wanted to talk about it, that these are two new batters, and Nepal just decided to stand off. I thought now these are two new batters, use the opportunity to try and put the squeeze on them, bring the field in a bit just for a couple of balls, just to make sure you keep the squeeze on the new batters. Maybe there would be an opportunity. If someone was standing at mid-on, that could have been a chance.
That's another good one to end the over. It is going to be 61 for 4 after the end of 11 overs. (11 overs gone, 61 for 4. Rubina Chetri, what a wonderful start from her. 1 run given in that 1 over that she bowled, and took a wicket as well. So Manisha now, she has been there from the start. At the bowling end, especially Shahrin Nawab Khan and Aisha. Aisha will have to play a captain's knock here. And Shireen Nawab. Let's see what she's got the plans.
Dipesh, I think for Qatar the problem is not the runs. They just need to arrest the number of wickets they are losing.
That's going to be a white ball. See, I think when you've lost 4 wickets, your middle order is out there. You need to think out of the box. You cannot be in that zone where, should I hit or should I not hit, because it's just 20 overs. You're out there to express, you're out there to enjoy your game, and you're just there to make sure that your team ends up with a good total on the scoreboard. So the middle order batters now will have to really focus the way, the previous partnership that we saw. Of course, a great start given by Fatima and Gertrude. But after that, runs were flowing. And now if suddenly, you have so many dot balls coming in, which is again good for Nepal. But then Qatar might lose wickets because of pressure that is getting built up because of the dot balls that are getting bowled.
Yeah, this time they get a ball to get through the infield, and you make a good point, Dipesh, that and I've mentioned it earlier that that in T20 cricket, dot balls is what challenges the batters. It forces them into playing false shots. So for Nepal, the assignment is very simple: just bowl as many dot balls as possible, and maybe you put enough pressure on the batters to play a false shot.
Last ball of this over coming up. That is beautifully bowled. She might have not got the wicket, but surely she's been a stable bowler, I would say, for Nepal. 4 overs and she completes her spell with 19 runs that she's given, but all that she got to the table was stability. After the end of 12 overs, it is 64 for 4. Well, now then, yet another over to Rubina, and that is nicely played, and bit of a misfield there will allow that ball to go to the boundary.
Yeah, very good shot there from the captain. On the leg side, she gets on one knee and she's able to find that gap. It's a very big gap in that region, and credit to Manisha because she had to run a mile just to get to the ball. Couldn't keep it in, but there's a big gap on that side, and you see the captain has just made the adjustment for Manisha to be a lot more square.
The bowler would be a little upset with that. This is much better. Needs a bullseye, and wicket goes down here.
Yeah, a wicket out of nothing there for Nepal. But those are team wickets. Sometimes with the fielding, you can be able to create opportunities for yourself. Indubama, the captain, doing the business herself. She didn't even need the keeper. Direct hit. I think not a very good call there from Aisha, but very, very good fielding from Indubama. Straight into the keeper's hands, and the keeper does the rest of the work.
Well, I must say Indubama has been very busy today on the field.
Dipesh, maybe that's some of the awareness that we talk about, because Aisha should have realized that Indu is one of the best fielders on that team, so you don't try and take a risk in front of her.
I think even after that misfield happened and the boundary went in, Rubina was very clear that where she wants to bowl the very next one. And of course, a good fielding effort once again. It went in the air. Catch it was the call, but just falling short of that fielder.
Yeah, nearly popped there for Bindu. This is what I was talking about. You can see now Nepal, everyone has moved in just to put the squeeze on the new batter.
Oh, this one's gone. The timbers destructed, and the bails will be on the 22 yards, lying just out there. What a lovely breakthrough once again.
Yeah, now the tail being exposed here for Qatar. Rubina with her second wicket, going through the defenses of the batter, and Qatar lose their 6th wicket. What an over it's turning out to be here for Nepal. Rubina went for a boundary on her first bowler, but she's come back strongly. Created an opportunity with the run out, and now a wicket for herself. Qatar very, very quickly now they are 64 for 6.
It is said that consistency is one practice that never fails you. It always gives you good results, and it is the consistency of the line and length that Rubina Chetri has focused on has given her results. It's just second over of a spell, but in every over she's getting a wicket. She got a wicket in the first over that she bowled of her spell, and now in the second one as well.
Nandi Pesha, the good thing I think she's doing is that there's no pace on the ball, so the batter has to use their own power to try and get any runs. Sort of trying to bait the batters into going after her.
Another one straight to the captain. You
Yeah.
would not want to go for a run
I
here.
was going to say that don't try and run around here, you'll be in trouble. But 13 overs gone, very, very good over there from Nepal. Qatar is now 64 for 6 after 13. Sharma is back.
Well, now the captain going all aggressive at the bowling end. She's got Riya Sharma back in the attack. How's that on the very first ball? What do you have to say, Dennis?
Yeah, leg side, not out. I'll agree with the umpire. But now you can see there Indu Bama just making sure that the tail does not work for Qatar. So she's going back to her prime bowler. Riya Sharma started this destruction.
I think it's always better to go back to the bowlers who've given you results, and it's the results that you want when you're bowling first, winning the toss, and then after all that alignments of having a look at the wicket, discussing this internally, going back to your coaches, bit of a misfield there as you can see on the field. But then eventually captain plays a very big responsibility even at the toss and even after the toss.
Yeah, Riya Sharma not very happy with the fielder. Gave her a strong eye because of that misfield that allowed Aisha to get back on strike. Because now for Qatar the plan for them should be just to keep Aisha away from the strike and just bowl at the new batters who are coming in so you can get rid of the tail as quickly as possible.
Lihara is the new one in. Again, need to hurry there at the striker's end.
Yeah, you can see clearly there the plan was just try and get Aisha on strike on the other end.
It's the juggling of pace that has worked really well for Riya. When I say juggling, it is basically that one you will find an extra slower one, then a little pacey at times, then you completely take off the pace, and important is the pitching areas. She has not given any short ball. Look at that. Again, a little quicker one to surprise the batter.
Yeah, Riya Sharma, very, very intelligent bowler. Again, one of the rising stars, the shining stars for the Nepal team at the Challenge Cup in Kigali, Rwanda. Nepal have been playing a lot of cricket from the Challenge Cup. They came and played in the Asian Games qualifiers, so they've been very, very busy team. Asian Games not going very well for them, so I think they want to make sure they make a strong statement in this ACC Premier Cup.
71 for 6 by the end of 14 overs. Now I think it will be only one message from Indubama to her bowlers: get us 4 more.
Don't be surprised if they go back to Kabita very, very soon, just to clean up the tail.
A lot of bowling options are there at this moment. Again, feather touch and a quick cheeky single here. Running has been good with Qatar.
Yeah,
I think something that we've seen right from the start, even if it is about stealing that single or converting that single into a 2, they have never hesitated.
I don't know if that's a very good run to take Dipesh, because Aisha is now off strike, and that's the first ball of the over.
Well, probably the another mind saying that it's the 15th over right now and you just have 5 overs after this.
Yeah, because for me, I feel that now she'll be exposing the other batters. She has to take responsibility. You're going to run only if there is a double.
Because after this, I think it has to be, more to do with sixes, boundaries. Oh, another one. Another one.
Run out.
Well. That is not a good news for Qatar.
Yeah,
another wicket goes down here, and this is where you were, also mentioning that they need to be very careful when they're running between the wickets, because the throwing has been good. Let's have a look at it, Dennis, once again.
And that's what I was talking about, Dipesh, that there was certainly no run there. Rubina doing the rest of the work. Gets a clean throw from the field and then just wipes off the bails. But that's all because they're trying to force a run and get Aisha on strike. So if she hadn't taken that single off the first ball, it would have been that run out opportunity. It's now 71 for 7 after 14 overs.
Well, there is more to it now. I think the message is very loud and clear by the captain. Get me more 4 and now get me more 3.
And you can see Nepal, when Aisha is on strike, they back off, they go back and defend. And then for her, she'll be forced into trying to play those big shots. When the new batter gets on strike, they come together and keep the attack on them. So very, very good intelligent cricket from Nepal.
And I think this is what the previous run out has probably changed the mind of both these batters, because after that sweep shot that was played, initial call was for 2 runs, but they settled in for 1. Right now, wicket as well as getting runs, both are on priority. You cannot leave one of the things and just make a mess out of it. And that's why I would say this is the right call from the batters, just to settle down at a single. Another beauty from Rubina. She has been very consistent. That is one thing that I really appreciate about her.
Yeah, 73 for 7. So Rubina has been very, very tidy for Nepal.
Another one. That is clever. That is clever cricket. Just waiting for the ball, opening the face of the bat, but then yes, no. The batter is out of the crease, way out of the crease, and the wicket goes.
Yeah, another fielding, a very good fielding that has created another opportunity for Nepal. The second time in the game, this time, and they get rid of the captain Aisha. I think Khadija just never understood the assignment when she was running with Aisha. You can see Aisha started very, very quickly because she wanted a double. But Khadija was so slow at the other end. The captain not very happy with Khadija.
I think there was a run. If you would have ran that first one very fast and hard.
If you see the replay, it is only Aisha who was running the first one very fast. Khadija was sort of having a casual jog on the other end. And I think that's why Aisha isn't happy, because
Because eventually you do not want to lose wicket at this stage of the game.
see, the wicket they didn't want to lose was that one of Aisha. But Nepal will be happy.
Yeah, even the throw was bang on.
It's now 71 for 8 after 15 overs.
Well, now then, pace attack has been brought back.
Yeah, Dipesh, I'm going to start charging you for my knowledge, because I told you they are going back to Kabita just to make sure that they clean up the tail.
Well, now you just need 2 more wickets here, and you would want to restrict them below 100.
71, 74 now.
Again, another chance.
Yeah, but they updated it, sorry. They haven't updated it, okay.
Another chance there.
Yeah, but what a way to come back from Nepal in the game. Qatar started, they were very, very fast out of the corners. But Nepal have been able to wrestle control back in their favor.
Well, I think after that opening partnership from Qatar of Fatima and Getroot, you wanted more of those kind of partnerships to carry on, and trying to get runs on the board, which has not happened. And for that you need to give credit to the bowlers or the bowling attack of Nepal. I think great captaincy till now. Wherever it felt like spinners can do the job, immediately the spinner was called. Bowlers like Rubina, Ria were called again and again, and they've given results for the team. And I think fielding has been exceptional. Good stopping, good throwing. So everything matters to this 8 wickets that have gone and the 75 runs that are there on the board, because they haven't given that extra space or that extra liberty to the batters to just hit the ball left, right, center.
Yeah, very true there. Kabita in the business there of Taufal. But you make a good point there, Dipesh. Nepal haven't given away so much to hit for Qatar. So they've made sure they work hard for their runs.
Well, and now Kabita is enjoying the Yorker bowling, because that is what a pacer loves to do. Oh, this one's close. No, says the umpire.
Yeah, very high there from Kabita. But you can see she's challenging the batters. And you see, with her pace, if you're going to bowl like that to tail-enders, I don't think they like it very much when it's coming very quickly to them. If you can be able to get in a very good Yorker, you may get rewarded.
True. Another pacey delivery to end this 16th over. 16 overs gone, and it's 76 for 8.
Dipesh, if you go back a bit at the halfway stage, Qatar was 60 for 4. But I think it's after that they've really struggled just to kick on, just to find second gear for them to try and get to their 100-run mark. And that has created the opportunities for Nepal just to make sure they seize control and initiative. And especially Rubina. She's been brilliant for them as she bowls her final over.
Well, Qatar batters still have those window of 4 overs where they can go well with every ball that they are facing. But again, it's just how you think out of the box at this moment. If you are around that thought that 8 wickets have gone, what if a mistimed shot can go here, go there, then you are into too many layers of thoughts which will not work. Right now you need that self-belief that you can do it and you can play till the end and still try to get more, probably 30-35 odd runs on the scoreboard.
I think these are so many overs for tailenders.
This one's gone in the air and safe in the hands of the fielder. Could call it a soft dismissal here. Rubina picks up one more wicket. Nicely tossed up delivery, lofted in the air by the batter. Tough foul, and it's an easy catch.
Yeah, the simplest there of catches there for Kumari Katga. That's chipped up in the air by Taufal, and Rubina picks up a third wicket. And Nepal have also picked up their 9th wicket as a team. Qatar is 76 for 9. The tail will not wag for Qatar because Nepal just need just the one more wicket for them to make sure they make a very good comeback after Nepal started very, very strongly.
True. Rubina has got 3 wickets, and the last 3 deliveries of her spell to be completed. And in that spell of hers, will she pick up one more? This was close.
Yeah, a chance for her to pick a fourfer. But I think Rubina has also benefited from the pressure that has been created by Ria Sharma and the others.
Maria Jacob, the last batter. This is again call and should be the end of Qatar's innings. Another run out, and we are not surprised by it because this has been a view that we have seen time and again. Those run outs have come in handy for Nepal.
Yeah, I don't know where Maria Jacob was going because she hit the ball straight to the fielder, and the third field dismissal from Nepal gets them in a very, very good position. They dismiss Qatar for only 76 runs inside 17 overs. A brilliant comeback here from Team Nepal because Qatar started very, very strongly, but they've just lost their way along, especially after the half time, and Qatar has been able to make a very good comeback and ensure that they restrict them to less than 100 runs in the first game here at the KTJ Oval.
Well, I think yes, the bowlers stood up to the occasion. Good fielding, good captaincy, and a good decision to go and field first on this wicket by Nepal. The ACC Women's Premier Cup 2026. The match here at the KTJ Oval, and what a performance from Nepal in the first innings to restrict Qatar to 76 and all out. And it will be time for the innings break, and we will be back soon in the second innings when Nepal come out to bat. Into the second innings now, after that fantastic performance in the first innings by Nepal and the bowlers who have done some good work in the first innings. Qatar now, what will be their game plan is something that is a wait and watch. Not too many runs on the board, but Dennis, your first thoughts?
Yeah, thank you, Dipesh. I think Qatar will be feeling like they left some runs on the table. They started very, very strongly inside the first 6 overs, but after the 10th over, I think they gave away so many runs. I mean, they gave away their wickets. But credit to Nepal, I think, who had 3 field dismissals out of the 10 wickets were able to get. So those 3 runouts really put them on top, and then that's what helped them restrict Qatar to only 76. And now they just need 77 runs from 120 balls for them to get off the mark in this particular tournament.
Oh, interesting for me, it will be the mindsets that both of them right now have, especially with Nepal. When you've done so well in the first innings, you're doing good, you're feeling good that the team has performed so well in the first innings to get you the desired wickets, and then you come in the second innings much more confident to bat out there to get runs quickly. The first runs coming right away on the very first ball. And on the other hand, Qatar must have gone back after that first innings, discussed, and probably one game plan that will stand throughout is pick wickets. That's the only solution to put Nepal in some pressure. Unless and until you're going to pick wickets, it is not going to be a rising sun for you today.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be difficult to win this game just by bowling dot balls. Wickets is going to be the name of the game for Qatar. But I think for Nepal, they will be the happier team after that first innings. They won the toss, put in Qatar to bat first, and even if there was a shaky start with the ball, they got back later.
Shahrin Nawab, what a lovely delivery. Tossed up in the air. Bit of the movement early for her.
Yeah, very good matchup there for Khan and Bindu. Sort of looked like that ball hit something and then just turned away from her.
This one's short of the length, and that will go into the gap and as well as into the boundary.
Yeah, we spoke about it, that this is a very, very good wicket, that you need to bowl the ball in the right areas. A very good gift there for Bindu, who gets onto it, picks up the length very early and just hits it behind square for a boundary.
So this is what I'm saying, if you've done so well in the first innings, you do not come out with any pressure, you do not come out with any baggage, and then you're just out there to perform, out there to express. Right now, Qatar bowlers will have a challenge, and they need to take this challenge very positively, bowl the right areas. Another beauty. So this is what the line has to be consistent, because somewhere you will try to find a loophole in this and try to get wickets, because very clear one message, it's 77 target that we are defending and you got to take wickets. Nicely done. Is wanting the batter to play, go for those big shots. Nothing wrong with the ball, even if it was a full toss ball.
Yeah, Dipesh, from everything you've said, I'll pick out one word: consistently.
Last ball of the over. Shahrin Nawab Khan. Surprisingly, it did not bounce at all.
Yeah, I think Katka there trying to play the shot very, very early and completely missed the ball. I don't know if her eyes lit up when she saw that, then just completely missed the ball. But after the first over, Nepal is 6 for no loss.
Well, now then, the opening batter of Qatar has come out to bowl as well.
Opening batter and then opening ball as well.
Gertrude. It's a lot of work to do now. She's done the best that she could from the bat, and now she has to get wickets, get her team back in action, put that pressure on the opposition. Good start there, but even a better shot. This time Samjana Kumari just goes out on that very first ball. Had a lot of time to play that one, and that will be boundary.
Yeah, she's very, very strong on her pad, and everything Bindu sees on her pad, she's going after it.
Bindu Rawal. Oh, this once again good line there. Immediately changing the side. First she was bowling right arm over, then she decided to go round the wicket, and it gives a very good angle for a right-hander to bowl to a left-hander. Tossed up again. So after that boundary, welcome Gertrude.
Yeah,
a good comeback.
Yeah, good comeback there from Gertrude, but I think she also realized that Bindu is very strong on the pad. When you come from the other side, it's very easy for you to stray onto that pad.
This one's cut nicely, and that's going to be another single here.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Dipesh, the good thing about Bindu Rawal is that she picks up length very, very early. So she gets in position quickly and she's able to play the shot.
I mean, you said this very rightly, Dennis, because even I observed that she's more aggressive to go on the ball. Every ball she wants to hit it. Get to much better. Yet another single here.
I think that's a better line there for Gertrude. Wicket to wicket. There's protection down the ground. So most times you'll only restrict them to one unless the fielders let the ball go through them. But square of the wicket, there's very little protection when you're bowling square, when they're hitting you square of the wicket.
Onto the leg side, and that will be called wide. And this is the challenge what is going to happen when you have a left hand right hand batter. Every time the strike changes, the fielding changes, the line in which you were bowling to the previous batter changes. So you go through a lot of changes, but the only thing that you will have to stay there is consistent. Another shot of the length, and only a single probably to end that over. 14 runs on the board without any loss after the end of 2 overs. Sorry, can you come back? 14 after the end of 2 overs. Another one shot of the length. Trying to hit that with a lot of power.
Yeah, everything on the pad there for Bindu is bread and butter for her. Really very strong. She has already milked 2 boundaries in that region. So you need to stay away from her pad.
I think the message would be very clear even for these 2 batters, Bindu and Samjana, that just go out there and enjoy yourself.
Oh.
That's a very good delivery, Shahrin Nawab.
Yeah, I think it's only Katka who's struggling out there. Just hasn't made any connection, any clean connection.
See, I think both the batters are also trying to take that advantage where you have most of the players, most of the fielders guarding inside the 30-yard circle. That's a very good shot again, but a good fielding that has been placed.
Yeah, Gertrude Chandiru with the protection out in the deep. But again, a bit short of length there from Khan. Even with the protection, I wouldn't advise you to bowl in that area.
This is an interesting challenge to when you go against that left-hander.
Yeah, depends. Sometimes they say that if they are hitting you square of the wicket, that means you're bowling poorly, because you won't create any opportunities for the people who are in front of the bat.
Again, the deep covers and the deep mid-wicket comes to play for a right-hander. Slower one in the air, could be a chance. Could be a chance, and the chance has been taken. Shahrin Nawab Khan picks up the first wicket. And a very good wicket to celebrate, because Bindu Rawal was looking very dangerous. Oh, it's Samjana Kumari. The thick top edge, and no mistake there done by the fielder.
Yeah, Katka was struggling out there in the middle, and the one that is pitched up for her, she just doesn't get a good connection on it. And Khan picks the first wicket for Qatar. Nepal lose their first 17 for 1 after 2.5. Pooja Mahato joins Bindu Rawal out in the middle.
Now this is what you need to do consistently. Shahrin must be feeling very happy to get that breakthrough early.
And see in that over, she bowled a mixed bag, a couple of half trackers, but the one she got in the good area got the wicket.
Well, yes, now Pooja comes to the center. Very well bowled. That surprise bounce.
It shows Dipesh spoke about it. If you bowl consistently in the good areas, you will be rewarded.
After the end of 3 overs, it's 17 for 1. Three overs gone. Gertrude once again comes to the center. To Bindu. Another one a little wider to that off stump, and that will be hammered towards the boundary. Bindu, who is looking so aggressive, so good in the center, hits this one middle of the bat, and a boundary there. No chance there for the fielder.
Yeah, very, very strong Bindu. And this time she does the right thing by making, instead of hitting the ball square of the wicket, she just makes sure she hits it right in front of covers, and with that power just races to the boundary. So pressure on the bowler immediately.
And what a welcome on the very first ball, but then Gertrude was very clever. The moment she saw Bindu dancing down the track to hit a big one, she bowls a delivery wider to that off stump, straight in the hands of the keeper, but good presence of mind by Bindu. The moment she misses it, takes that stretch to be inside the crease.
I don't know why. I don't think that was very necessary from Bindu. She just hit a boundary.
This time short of the length again, misfield, and this will cost not just the runs, but 4 more runs.
Yeah, Taufal, the guilty party this time. Qatar being their own enemies out in the field. Because that's a gift of the boundary for Bindu.
You cannot be affording boundaries like this in this time. Already you're defending a low total, and then when you miss boundaries like this, it's going to be a tough ride. Another one short of the length, and this will go. Long chase there. Fielder does it well. You need efforts like these to stop the ball. Even if you've stopped 2 runs for your team, that's a very good thing.
Yeah, I don't know whether it is frustration there from Gertrude because of the previous misfield. As a half tracker, should have been hit into the next state here in Malaysia.
It sometimes does play that around the mind. You know, you don't like misfields on your bowling. This one's again wider to that crease, and another single here.
But again, there you just need to play with the plan. Pooja has just come out. Maybe just stop bowling at Bindu, because Bindu has been very aggressive.
And not just aggressive, but I think the way she's anticipating the ball before it comes to her is so nice. Even when she missed that ball, she was very much present at that moment to make sure that her back foot was inside the crease and avoiding that stumping to happen.
Yeah, it's just a mark of a good player. She uses that crease very, very well. So
this is again good batting there. And the approach from Pooja is to give more strike to Bindu. That is how in a partnership you complement each other. If one batter is going all guns blazing, you might as well give that batter a lead, saying that, okay, you go ahead, I'll come later.
And you see, that's the thing they say about batting, that the safest place for you to be is on the other end. So if you can rotate the strike and just get on the other end, then why not? Because Bindu is doing the business.
Well, yes, Bindu Rawal, very impressive till now.
Yeah.
This one's again into the gap, but there is a deep backward point to stop that one. Should be a single to end the over, and it's 4 gone, 32 for 1.
Yeah, and Depeche, one of the reasons why they can be able to do that is because it's a small total. So there's no need of you taking any big risks, because it's now 45 runs needed from as many as 16 overs.
Aisha still trusting Shireen. She's got 1 wicket, and she's been brought back to the attack with only hope that get me a wicket. I need that wicket, get me a wicket, break this partnership as well. That is what Nepal did. Nepal did not do that well in probably till the mid of the power play overs, but after that Riya Sharma's over, things suddenly started changing for Nepal, and after that it was more important to be consistent. All the bowlers who came in, they were just making sure that they are bowling more on those 3 sticks. They are not giving any easy runs. They were throwing good, they were fielding good, and now Qatar needs to do that.
Yeah, and I think you're very right, Depeche. It's that for Qatar now, they need at least 2 or 3 good quick wickets, so that they sort of put some pressure on the batting lineup for Nepal. But right now it's looking very, very easy for them.
See, it's no surprise that Bindu and Pooja will go on every ball, because it's still the power play overs that are there, and you still have 1 more over after this. But the point over here, that when Shireen has come back, she has to now do the job for the team. She's got 1 wicket, and when you're that lead bowler of your team, a lot is resting on your shoulders, a big responsibility, and you have to deliver that. That is just lovely connection with the bat and the ball, and the sound it makes when this leather ball hits the middle of the bat. It's the best sound, if you're a cricket fan.
Yeah, but it was hit straight to Aisha, the captain for Qatar. But good use of the feet there from Pooja.
Shot of the length and straight to mid-on. Another single here.
I think the difference in the bowlings in this particular over from the last two overs that Khan has bowled has been the length. In the last two overs, she was a couple of balls were short of length, but this time you can see she's trying to bowl the ball up front, and that's why she hasn't given away so many runs. Even the wicket she got, she had bowled right in the channel.
That's a nice one to end the over. It's 34 for 1 after the end of 5.
New bowler.
Change in the bowling now. Will that change the fortune for Qatar? You need to get the best of your bowlers to get early wickets on. I think it's Roshni Sebastian, again fantastic bowler. 34 for 1, 77 runs. You're looking at winning here, but in between that 34 and 77, if you could pick up wickets, that would be your rewarding points, and that's why Roshni Sebastian has been brought to the attack.
Yeah, Depesh, I also think if you're chasing down a small total, just toss the cherry around amongst your bowlers. You just never know who has the fortune, instead of persisting with one person.
I think it's the game plan what they have in their mind. They just need to go out there and execute it. Bit of a changes happening in the field there. Now I think they've got that deep square leg in place just for that short ball if she plays that in the air. And then most of the fielders, oh lovely, this is a good stop, and immediately the game awareness here, again that is interesting to watch. The moment she stopped the ball, the very next reaction was to take off the bails.
I think Bindu must have missed out on it.
This is now a challenge for Bindu. Couple of deliveries, one straight in the hands, then a slower one, nicely tossed up, a little bit of movement, moving away from Bindu. Good looking sweep shot, but Gertrude is there to stop that one. Only a single that you'll be happy with.
Yeah, and the thing is, Bindu has been picking up length very well. I don't know whether it's a change in the bowling that has started to create some doubt, but that's why it's good to change bowlers.
I think it's the shift of gears that Qatar is trying to do right now. Roshni looking very much on the aggressive front, even if she's bowling those slower ones. This one's in the air. That trick could work for Pooja, and she gets a boundary. The icebreaker boundary, I would say.
Yeah, the first boundary there for Pooja. Picked the gap beautifully, but it looked like she was really anxious to try and do something off the bowling of Roshni Sebastian. Again, there's a very big gap in that mid-wicket region.
6 overs gone, it's 40 for 1.
Yeah, very, very good power play for Nepal. They are 40 for 1. And they've just made sure that they put enough pressure on Qatar's bowling in this power play. Because now Qatar only defending 77.
Lihara Abhay Shekhara. She's been brought to the attack. Now it's you have to make sure that you have to use your bowling resources at the right time, and I think that is where we are seeing the bowling changes happening. Yes, the power play did went well. Not many wickets that you have seen, just a wicket. But you always have the chance in cricket where you go on to pick wickets. Probably from here on, the way you were saying previously, if couple of wickets come in, then there will be again pressure back onto Nepal, and I think that is where they are trying to use their resources in bowling to the maximum.
Yeah, very true, Dipesh. It's just that I think for Qatar, they would just feel unfortunate that they don't have so many runs to work with.
Secondly, it's just the first game that you are playing in this ACC Women's Premier Cup 2026. There is a lot more to learn. There is a lot more to take back. I mean, every team for that matter. This is a little wider to that long off area, but the fielder does it very well.
I think that's the opportunity of finishing the power play. Now you can be able to have as many boundary riders as possible.
Maria Jacob was there in the previous ball, which she fielded at long off. So singles at the moment for both these batters. Not in a hurry when you just need more 35 runs.
Yeah, not in a hurry at all, Nepal. I think now they feel they are very, very comfortable. A very expectant fan base for Nepal.
This one's again hit from the meat of the bat. Another single here.
Yeah, the Nepal fan base very, very passionate. I think some of the most passionate fans in the world. And I'm sure for them the standards are very high for their national teams. Every time they go out there to represent Nepal, they expect them to win. And in a game like this where they are favorites, I think there must be some very happy Nepal fans.
I think overall, Nepal as a team has done so well over the years, especially if you have to credit that to the women's cricket in total. You just don't take one particular team, but if you're talking about women's cricket in the entirety, I think women's have done very well in the field of cricket. Full toss ball, not a great delivery. Just trying to trigger that in for Bindu, wanting her to play one wrong shot, but this one's been given no ball, above the waist height, and the free hit is also welcomed. Now will Pooja take the advantage of the free hit? Another full toss ball wider to that off stump. Should be only a single.
You can see there Pooja was very anxious on that free hit. I think she wanted to get as maximum as possible from that ball. But 7 runs given away by Lihara in her first over. The score is 47 for 1 after 7. Yeah, the break in play there because Pooja is asking something. I think she needs a change in gloves. Yeah, they become too sweaty. That's why she couldn't connect with the previous ball. Yeah, but for Qatar, they are running out of runs to defend. Can see there Pooja will have a change in gloves. it's humid conditions in Malaysia, so sometimes when you're out there in the middle and you're working very hard, your hands can sweat very, very quickly.
Well, yes, all that is done now. 47 for 1 after the end of 7 overs. Nepal, they need 30 more runs to claim it theirs in the first game that they've played over here. Pooja and Bindu looking good in the center. Roshni to come back again. This one's again straight to the long on. Yet another single.
Yeah, I like the way Pooja and Bindu use their crease. When the ball is just short of length, they'll go back deep in the crease and then try and work it into the gap, or they can hit it square of the wicket. That's a mark of good batters. They just make sure that they're always very busy and they won't allow the bowlers to settle.
Well, yes, you've got a deep square leg. You've got a deep mid wicket. You have a long on that is going again deeper. There is a mid off that is coming inside the 30 yard. Short of the length again, trying to put that into the gap. Gertrude, she's been busy in the outfield.
Yeah, very, very busy on the boundary. I think she's really a 360 player. Dynamic, very, very good across all the three skills. She opens batting for the team, opens bowling for the team, and she's been on the boundary.
50 up for Nepal, and a very well deserved till now. Just 27 from here on. Another single.
Yeah, but what a knock there from Bindu. She's been there. She's been in there from the beginning. She's made sure she brings up the 50 for the team.
No, it's also sometimes to do with the game plan, because if you've seen Bindu from the time she's come out to bat, she has never let any bowler dominate her, and that's why you will see every time she's stepping out of the crease. Oh, this is lovely effort. This is absolutely stunning effort from KTJ.
Yeah, body and soul there from KTJ on the boundary. That's very good to see from a team, even if they didn't score so many runs. But you can see that the fight is still in the team.
Oh, it's good to see the effort to even save that single run. Oh, this is clever. This is very clever. The pace will do a lot, but the ball will touch the boundary rope.
Yeah, Maria Jacob there on her bike just to make sure she keeps the ball in. Gets inside the line there, Pooja, and just uses the pace of the ball. Goes all the way to the boundary. Again, a big gap. Intelligent from Pooja, realizing where the gap is and just working the ball in the gap. See, the previous boundary, the previous ball that she hit on was saved by KTJ. Just made the adjustment in the field that created opportunity for the boundary, because they try and move the fielders on the other side.
Oh, this time again tossing it up, wanting the batsman to come forward and play. Ends with a dot ball. 8 overs gone. It's 57 for 1.
Depeche by, I think, for Nepal, they're also realizing that if you're going to win the game, you need to win with a good net run rate, because later on in the tournament that could come into play on who progresses to the quarterfinals. So I think Nepal want to make sure that if it's a win, they are going to make a very big win.
It's a very interesting point you mentioned, that Nepal is not just thinking about winning this game, but also from that futuristic approach that if we are able to finish this game earlier, we not just get 2 points on the table, but we also get the advantage of the net run rate. That's a very good point to mention here, Dennis. Just 20 runs that you need, and you have so many deliveries to play.
Exactly. KTJ, the new bowler, she's been working hard in the field and given an opportunity by the captain Aisha to come and try and wrestle control back for Qatar.
Absolutely. Just 20 more needed for Nepal to register a win in the first game that we are watching live from KTJ Oval here at Malaysia. The ACC Women's Premier Cup 2026. Bindu, very first ball, going for that sweep shot, given wide by the umpire.
Yeah.
One more run added to the total. 58 now after the end of 8 for the loss of 1 wicket.
Yeah, if I was KTJ, I wouldn't bowl there for Bindu because she's been very, very strong on that pad. So you need to stay away from that pad. It's a very beautiful KTJ Oval.
Absolutely.
Surrounded by so much green.
Yeah. Love the greenery here. This one's again nicely coming into the position, but straight to the captain, Aisha.
Yeah, if that had beaten any of those fielders in the covers, I think it was going to rest to the boundary.
Even if it is a dot ball, it's interesting to see that she's moving her feet wherever required. Another one, big appeal, and it's been given. The finger goes up, and Khadija Ahmed picks up the second wicket.
And I think that situation created, because the previous ball, very good shot from Bindu, but she hit it straight to the fielder. Sometimes the frustration gets to you, because went down on one knee to try and sweep a ball that was full, and immediately got herself in trouble. Nepal lose their second wicket, but what a quality knock there from Bindu. See that ball there from Khadija again. Pitched up, tossed up in the air, but right in the slot. The simplest of decisions there to make for the umpire.
Caught right in the front.
Yeah, I think all three were red.
But then again, I just love the effort that Qatar is putting in. Cricket is a game of bat and ball. Keep it simple. And this was very much simple, very much straight. Just that pace was a little deceiving for Bindu, because she was always coming early on the ball, and then right decision came in.
Dipesh, I don't know how much this has an influence, but we saw how Khadija has been working very hard in the field.
Oh, this is again beauty. There's something that is actually coming in as a surprise to the batters, because right now also, if you've seen, the batter thought that the ball will come early, but the way it stopped and came in, she was just surprised. Indu Burma, the captain. Oh, this one's again into the gap. Not a great delivery. Full toss ball. Will be punished like this, especially by Pooja.
He had a buffet ball there from Khadija, and Pooja wouldn't miss out on that one. She put it to the boundary to reduce the deficit for Nepal. They're into the 60s and starting to see the finishing line. They need just 14 runs from so many overs.
And I think Pooja has spent quite a bit of time there in the middle. Another one, big appeal. No, says the umpire this time. Your request will not be approved.
Not for now. Yeah, but a good hand again from Pooja, from a big partnership between herself and Bindu to get Nepal right in the business. She's now just making sure she can apply the finishing touches with the captain Indu Burma.
This is the last ball of this over that is coming up. Again, picked up as a lower full toss ball, straight to the long on, and should be a single to end the over. So it's 64 for 2 after the end of 9 overs.
Yeah, Dipesh, by one of the things I've liked about Pooja is that she's not afraid to use her feet, especially if you've seen the ball is being tossed up in the air. She's always trying to get to the pitch of the ball or hit it on the full toss. Again, that's a mark of very, very, very good batter.
Absolutely. I mean, every player, they have different kinds of skills, whether it is batting, whether it is bowling. But it's how you are going to utilize the skills at that point in time of the game. Because when you go out on that 22 yards, you're on your own. You're not carried by anyone. It's just you that you have to think it through, the match presence, the skill that you want to hone.
Yeah, bowling change for Qatar. Maria Jacob comes into the attack. Didn't score so many with the bat. She got run out, and I think she will have to try and make up for some lost time with the ball. But she'll be bowling to a very seasoned Pooja Mahato.
So Pooja will face this one. This is just, adding fuel to the fire.
Some very decent pace there from Maria, but
You do not have too many runs in
Yeah.
your hand, but you're still giving it away with one or the other extra one. Now just 12 runs to win for Nepal. That is beauty. It's a very good comeback.
yeah, very good comeback there from Maria. It's a good ball in that corridor of uncertainty, and sort of got big on Pooja. I think Pooja was just trying to run the ball off the face of her bat.
Well, now then, she steps out. Again, play and a miss.
Yeah, Indubama there not happy with what she saw from Pooja, so she
Oi.
just calls her over just to let her know that I think we need only 13 runs.
It's just probably that excitement that is catching up, because when in these situations you're wanting to finish it as soon as possible, but that ASAP can lead you to a lot of delay if you do not connect that ball properly. Look at that.
Yeah, and exactly. But because in this situation, if Nepal are to lose a set batter like Pooja, that means if someone new is coming in, that the ASAP just keeps delaying the more.
That is what, again, cricket teaches us, that no matter what happens, you got to be calm, you got to be focused, you got to stay in the presence. You just can't get excited like this. Another one that is racing away, but will be fielded nicely from Roshni. She comes in time, and a good throw to knock off the bails as well.
Yeah, it's now just 10 runs that Nepal need to get to the end. And I think that's what Indu was trying to tell Pooja, that something that you can play at will come at you, so just respect the good balls and there will be an opportunity for you to score runs.
Yeah, I think conversations in between a partnership is very important, and I think that is what happened, after which that you are in a better standpoint, and this time it's a no ball given by the umpire and a free hit as well.
And you can see that's what Indubama is trying to tell Pooja at the other end, that for example, if she hadn't stepped out of that wicket, that was a full ball, she could have easily played it, but because she was moving, she was not in a position to play the ball. It's now a free hit, so there is an opportunity for her to just try and go big.
Well, of course, the license to hit anywhere without worrying, that's what free hit gives you.
But you can't still get out on a free hit.
That's why I said license to do anything.
Anything, but not everything.
But the free hit has gone as a dot ball, so this brings us to the last ball of this over. Just 9 runs needed. Again, steps out of the crease. Should be another dot ball to end the 10 overs, and after the end of 10 overs it's 68 for 2. We'll be back after a short drinks break. 68 for 2 after 10. It's Pooja and Indu who are there in the center. And Nepal just needs 9 runs to seal it a win.
Yeah, very, very good for Nepal. They've been in control of these ranches from the get-go. Apart from losing Katka very early in the ranches, Bindu and Pooja have put on a very good partnership that has put them in a good position to get off the mark in this Group B fixture here at the KTJ Oval.
Well, now then, change in the bowling as well. To foul, starts off with a wide ball. And now you just need 8 more.
Yeah, I think Qatar, like I said at the beginning of this second innings, just must have been feeling guilty that if they had gotten just a little more.
I think probably the idea was right, just to bowl a little away from the batter. Another one straight to the fielder. Good fielding there, good effort.
Yeah, you can see there's still some effort there from Qatar. That's why I'm saying that must have been thinking if we'd gotten at least over 100, that'd have been a very good opportunity for them to try and nick Nepal.
Indu. Oh, that's going to be a dead
Yeah,
ball.
Yeah, because obviously in this particular game, Nepal are the team with the pedigree. They're expected to win. Yeah.
Another full toss ball that should be into the gap. It's racing away for a boundary, and it will be 4 more runs added to the total.
Yeah, very, very poor there from Taufal. And you said it that it's not to have so many runs, so you cannot afford any gifts right now. Everything has to be spot on, everything has to be on the money. But that's a very easy boundary there for Indu Bama. Full toss on the pads and then just helped it along to the boundary.
Oh, it's just now 4 more needed to win this. That's well bowled and nicely played straight to the fielder. Roshni.
I think what I've liked about the Nepal ranches is that they haven't taken so many risks to get to the end. It's been nice and easy. Pull up the bad balls are put away to the boundary.
Full toss ball that has been put towards the deep mid wicket, and you will still have Gertrude getting hold of it. Another single there. I think it's a clinical performance from Nepal. Just after winning the toss, anyone on this particular wicket, which is so dry, would love to bat, but instead they went on to bowl first. Probably yes, the first 3-4 overs looked tough for them, but after that the bowlers were hands on, and that's another misfield, adding more to it. This will also be the winning runs.
Yeah,
77 runs was the target, and this misfield has actually sealed up the win and the game. Nepal wins it, but what a fabulous show by these girls. Good cricket even by Qatar, not to take that credit away from them. It's just that they fell short of 30-40 odd runs. 78 for 2, getting that total very much in, and that's how the scorecard looks. The match summary: Gertrude and Aisha with a good partnership to start off with. Rubina with 3 wickets, Ria with 1, Kabita with 1, Pooja with 1, and then some amazing batting performance by Bindu Rawal getting 33, Pooja Mahato getting 28, and then Indu was just there to till the end to just seal that win easily. What a wonderful performance. Khadija got a wicket and Shahrin Nawab got a wicket in the second innings, but it was more to do with Nepal, with some clinical performance that they brought to the table, and it was a wonderful win in this game here at the KTJ Oval. Well, after a wonderful performance that we've seen, and Nepal winning this one, very soon we'll get you the post-match presentation with Dennis.
Welcome to the post-match presentation for our first game here at the KTJ Oval on match day number 1 of the ACC Women's Premier Cup in Malaysia. A clash between Nepal and Qatar. Nepal winning this one by 8 wickets. But first, we'll do the play of the match presentation, and to present the award will be our match referee Shivan Mishra. And for the play of the match, some outstanding players. I'll start with Bindu, who got 33 of 30 balls. Pooja Mahato, who was not out with 28 of 26 balls. But the player of the match is someone who was outstanding with the ball for Nepal, Rubina Cherry. She bowled 4 overs, gave away only 8 runs and picked up 3 wickets. Rubina, not very fast, just quickly come back here. Rubina, you bowled well for your team. You bowled under pressure, but what was your plan when you're out there in the middle with the ball?
When we look at the wicket in the morning, it was really fresh, really good. So my plan was only one bowling in the stump. So that was one of my plan.
All right, very well done, and thank you for helping your team win the game.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And now we'll speak to the captain of Qatar first, Aisha. Aisha, hard luck to you and the girls, but you started off very well with the bat. What do you think went wrong?
We were going as per the plan, and we were very happy. Like, we were at 7 overs, around 40-45 runs. We were going as per the plan, but unfortunately the middle order and the where a lot of runouts were there, and that's what we need to work out when we go back and come back stronger.
All right, some positives you can take out of today's game and things that you need to work on for the rest of the tournament?
I think our bowling side is doing really well, and we got early wickets of the main batters of Nepal. I think batting only is on what we have to work.
All right, good luck to you and the girls for the rest of the tournament.
Thank you, sir.
And I will speak to the winning captain, Indu Bama. Indu, a good start for you. You won the toss and decided to bowl first. Were you surprised by how quickly Qatar got runs in the beginning?
Well, I mean, the Qatar team were really good at first sight, but the way our bowlers stepped up and contributing to the team, that was good to see. The youngster came up and the stepping for the team. It was amazing to see the way Ria, Rubina Didi and the Kabu, everybody did their job, and I'm very happy.
All right, very dynamic as well with your bowling changes. What was the plan when you were thinking that we need to stop the runs from Qatar?
No, actually we are just planning according to our plans, that we'll just execute our plans. That's it. We will just play the simple cricket.
All right, in the run chase, was winning very quickly on your minds? Did you want to think about the net run rate in your run chase?
Yeah, definitely, because the run rate is also very important for us. So our batter is also stepping up when it matters. The Bindu Rawal and the Pooja Mahato have played really good when team needed. So yeah, we'll just keep continuing this win.
All right, well done to you and the girls, and good luck for the rest of the tournament.
Thank you so much.
And that's it from the post-match presentation. But in the afternoon, on this particular ground at the KTJ Oval, Hong Kong will be taking on Bhutan in the afternoon.